everybody, coming to you live from Los Angeles. I hope you're all doing good out there. And today, April the 19th, I wanted to bring you guys all a cryptocurrency video where I want to express my thoughts and opinions as to what I believe Bitcoin is going to do in its next move, and also tell you guys my thoughts as to how low Bitcoin can possibly go down from here if there was to be a crash or anything of that sort. In case most of you guys missed out on to buying Bitcoin, because I'm one of those people that think that Bitcoin will go down in price significantly sometime in the future, and I think that Bitcoin will be so low to the point where those that feel like they missed out can have another chance at buying back in. So obviously everybody wonders what price would be the price that many would choose to get in on Bitcoin if it were to go back down. And I think that price range would probably be from about 15 to $18,000, because in my opinion the current Bitcoin price at $56,000 is a little bit bloated, and I think that it's due for a massive correction, and that we're just pretty much in the heat of the moment in the cryptocurrency market, especially since there's so much money being printed here in the United States, and and a few more things taking place around the world that are pretty much causing the Bitcoin price to go up. And again, let's recall a few factors here that caused the Bitcoin price to go up from $9,000, $10,000, all the way to where it is right now with $56,000. So let's go back from where we came from, because right now, you know for Bitcoin to go up 5x from where it was, at the beginning of this year or the end of last year, we can say, right? uh Safely, I can say that uh it all started whenever the Bitcoin halving was coming to fruition. So let's go back to the time where the Bitcoin price was going back up you know until the global pandemic hit, and then obviously that caused a massive crash throughout the markets worldwide, whether that would be the stock market, oil prices, gold and silver, commodities, cryptocurrency. So obviously, uh the global crash last year was obviously something that caused the difference in prices, because most of the world was actually shut down entirely, for like a week or two, uh, you know at the time. So right now, for Bitcoin to go up 5x, I mean, I think that was a little bit too much in such a little amount of time. But let's I want to go ahead and break it down a little bit. So, um, prior to the pandemic and COVID-19 hitting, the Bitcoin halving was coming. And what the Bitcoin halving pretty much is, and I explained this for the newbies, so just bear with me for those of you guys that know about what the halving is. It's pretty much whenever the Bitcoin mining hash rate is pretty much doubled in terms of its difficulty to mine, and the cryptocurrency miners would in turn then be getting half the reward they would be getting. So, their profits of earning Bitcoin in a sense was pretty much cut in half, and that happens every 4 years. And um, that took place, and then the Bitcoin price started to gradually go up from about $8,000 to about $9,500, 10,000, 11,000, until the global pandemic hit, which caused the Bitcoin price to go back down to where it was coming back up from, which was 8,000, $9,000 range. So obviously, the COVID-19 last year caused a big crash in markets, and it affected the Bitcoin price as well. But the momentum that caused Bitcoin to go back up in price was whenever Jack Dorsey Square pretty much came out and announced that, hey, they were gonna come in and buy $50 million worth of Bitcoin. Well, let me just say something. There's more than $50 million of Bitcoin transacted every single day. Like, it's nothing. So for Jack Dorsey to come out and say, hey, we're getting into Bitcoin and doing a $50 million investment, caused the Bitcoin price to go back up quite significantly, about a tenth, whenever Bitcoin was gradually coming out of the COVID-19 crash. So and then PayPal came in, and then they said that they were going to enter the game of cryptocurrency, and they were going to make an investment of about of 1% of their assets. I don't really know the exact details, but the point of it was Bitcoin started to go up so much in price whenever these companies came out and made these announcements, while in reality there was billions of dollars being transacted in Bitcoin every day. So I mean, is this not hype? I mean, it's obviously hype because you know, what's $50 million of an investment, going into Bitcoin whenever there's uh, you know, uh, $30 billion of volume every single day, right? So I mean, is this not was it not hype for the price to have gone up so much so quick in price? I mean, I personally think so because I mean, right now, I think it's due in for a massive, massive correction. You know, there's more Bitcoin miners joining the game. There's more new Bitcoin mining hardware that's being released that's much quicker in the terahashes that it can mine, and that's not just a 2x increase; it's a 4x and 5x increase. So that obviously allows the cryptocurrency miners, especially in China, to produce a lot more Bitcoin than the hash rate that they had prior to the halving. So the halving cuts it in half, right? So that's what split in half. But there's miners that are not just 2x quicker now; they're about 3x or 4x quicker. So that in itself already cancels out the halving. That caused the Bitcoin price to go down. So now we have more we so what I'm trying to say potentially is we possibly even have more Bitcoin being produced daily today, uh April 19, 2021, than we probably did prior to the halving, because uh again, those Bitcoin miners are quicker now than they were a year or two ago, and they're not just 2x quicker, they're about 3x or 4x or 5x quicker. So actually, if we go on to the what do you call it, Antmining, I think they're the main company that produces Bitcoin miners. So if we go to Bitmain's website, let's see, because I remember the S9s had like a 16 terahash mining rate, whereas the newest ones, let's see how much quicker they are right now. Well, there you go. It's 90 terahashes. So 2 years ago, or a year ago, we had most of the Antminers, doing 16 terahashes, 19 terahashes. Well, the newer ones are doing 90 terahashes. So, if you do the math there, um, the the miners, are producing a lot more than the rate of 2x, which was pretty much the amount that the halving cost for Bitcoin to slow down in terms of the hash rate. So and there's so many more people joining in on the mining, the whole cryptocurrency mining business. So obviously, is there more Bitcoin being mined today, on a daily basis? Yeah, I think so. I mean, but are we, getting closer to the $21 million cap? Yeah, but I mean, that's going to take a long, long time up until, we get to the max supply. But obviously, we're not even close to reaching that place. So, um, it's all really just a matter of time until uh, Bitcoin is gonna retract in price and be in for a correction, because 56,000 right now is a very bloated number. And I feel like once the money printing stops, and once this whole bull run stops, I feel like Bitcoin is gonna go down significantly and go back all the way back down to about 15,000, 16,000, 18,000. I mean, I don't know how long it'll hold those prices, but I can say for quite some certainty that we will see a price crash to to that level. And I feel like if you guys put in a buy order like I have, to get, an entire Bitcoin for about 15,000 or even 18,000 or even 20,000, I think that your guys' buy order will go through and that you will be able to get Bitcoin for that price. So, um, right now, again, I feel like, it's really high right now. I don't think Bitcoin is gonna hit $100,000 in this bull run, even though I wouldn't be surprised if it does. I mean, it's hit, 62,000. It's hit 56,000, which is exactly where it is right now. I mean, I'm not really sure how much longer it's gonna continue to rally up, but obviously, I feel like it's absolutely due for a correction. So, we had some news that where Turkey came out and said that, hey, we're gonna ban Bitcoin, and that was probably one of the reasons that Bitcoin fell from $62,000 to $56,000. And then I think there was some other news where they came out and said, like yesterday or the day before, where they said China apparently had like a um electrical outage, and like about like a good amount of the country was out of electricity, and that caused the cryptocurrency mining depots to pretty much not be able to continue to mine. So that was another reason for the potential crash back down to 56,000. So I mean, it's very volatile right now, guys, and obviously, you guys have to be careful whenever you're making investments. And I always stress to everybody that make sure that you guys are on the safe side whenever you're making a choice and decision to put your money somewhere. And it's not just with money, right? Whether you're driving a car, whether you're crossing the street, whether you're doing anything, you want to make sure that safety is a priority in everything you're doing, because you always want to minimize risk, and without risk there's never any reward. So um again, I mean, many people feel like they missed out on Bitcoin. And what I say to that is, put in some buy orders. Put in some buy orders where you guys think, where the price would go. But again, in my opinion, and I think in my opinion that Bitcoin will absolutely hit a price of $18,000. It could be $15,000. And when I say this, I'm saying this in the case of a crash, or in the case of any form of scenario that would pretty much cause the price to go down, right? So I mean, in my opinion, I think it's very, very bloated right now. So I mean, 56,000 for it to have jumped that high, in just a matter of a couple months, ever since the COVID crash, after the Bitcoin halving appeared, just because companies like Square and PayPal and some of these other faces came out and said, that, hey, they're gonna join in on the Bitcoin game. I really don't buy it. I don't think this is the real price of Bitcoin. I feel like, again, it's a bloated price. But I don't think it's gonna, stay this high for a very much longer, for a very much, long for a, very much longer of time. So, um, be careful out there, guys. If you're deciding on to making an investment for Bitcoin, I say be careful right now, because once it starts tanking, and the 1%ers start taking their money out, well, it's just gonna be a free fall from there on forward until Bitcoin catches itself in its correction, in its correct price, right? So um but yeah, my take is, how low will Bitcoin go? I say 15,000, 17, 18, somewhere from like, the mid teens, all the way up to 20,000. And, is that a good buy? I mean, I think so. I think it's a great buy, but right now with 56,000, is it a good buy right now? I definitely don't think so. And, again, that's just my opinion. But I would like you guys to let me know as to what you guys think, and as to where you guys think Bitcoin is gonna go from here. I mean, it can go up a little bit higher, in the coming months, or in the next several months. But I feel like once the bull run is over, and once this heat goes away and the cold starts to kick in and the cold weather starts to pretty much kick in, I'm saying this hypothetically, then the entire market is going to be in for a correction, and I feel like a lot of these tokens are going to be going down in price significantly. So and some I believe will hold. I feel like Dogecoin is going to hold. I feel like the people that are behind Dogecoin, aren't really the type of people that are trying to take people they're trying to take away people's money, even though it's really really high right now. But I feel like certain tokens will hold their price, but I feel like other tokens are gonna go down much lower, and as to what they were prior to this bull run starting. So just like in the first bull run, and you guys, everyone really needs to consider as to why the price went high in the first place. So um that's all I got for this time, guys. Drop those comments, let me know what you guys think. Like the video, subscribe. I intend on building a massive community where I bring in the combat sports people, and the all the financial people, and I make it into one big community, because I feel like everyone that's in combat sports loves money, and I feel like everyone that loves money loves combat sports. So I feel like it's two excellent communities that can come together and make a very strong community together, and an even bigger one. So yeah, guys, and I again, I can't stress this enough, guys. Be careful and prioritize safety with whatever you do. Up until next time, guys. Peace.